Hey, I'm back from vacation. I know you missed me. But today, we're going to talk about the newest Tennessee Titan, wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins, and what this means for the 2023 Tennessee Titans after the intro. Hey, welcome back. It's your boy Bonafide. This is Section 240, a channel dedicated to the Tennessee Titans from a fan's perspective. Now, look, I know I've been gone for a couple of weeks. I didn't give you any content. I was on vacation. I'm sorry. I was, breathing the air, getting away from it all. It was a dead period anyway, so you were doing the same thing. But the one thing that I was doing while I was gone is keeping an eye out on the whole DeAndre Hopkins situation. Now, let's be frank here. Let's be frank. We thought, yes, when I say we, I mean me and you, thought that this wide receiver room was just basura. We really only had Treylon Burks, NWI, Kyle Phillips, and a whole bunch of rookies, undrafted free agents, and Chig. I know Chig's a tight end, but we just count him as, a pass catcher. It was poor. I mean, look, I didn't even believe that we were going to do anything. But Rand and Mike Vrabel at the end of the draft said that, hey, look, free agency starts on Monday. They're going to be people that's going to sign with contracts with teams all the way up until training camp starts. So they were confident that they were going to be able to do something in free agency. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Never in a million years did I think that DeAndre Hopkins was even going to consider the Tennessee Titans as a potential landing spot. And I know, I get it. There were a lot of connections. There was a lot of, that Tim Kelly used to be his OC in Houston. Mike Vrabel was the DC when he was in Houston. It was a lot of different, connecting the dots. He worked out with Derrick Henry a couple of months ago during the early beginning of the season. But, those are all things that you kind of throw against the wall and you hope it sticks. You never thought that it was really going to happen. But then we started getting a little buzz and things like that. Then, DeAndre Hopkins comes and visits the Titans. So I'm like, at that particular point when he made the choice to come visit the Titans is when I felt like we had a real shot at signing him. Now, I wasn't verbal about it on Twitter. I was just like, hoping and wishing, just like all the millions of other Titans fans on Twitter. But I had an inkling that if he was able to come here and talk to Mike and talk to Rand and look at the team and how it's constructed and what we were doing, that he might give us a shot. Now, he left Tennessee without a deal. And a lot of people thought that was like maybe the nail in the coffin. It's like, hey, if he leaves Tennessee, he's not coming back to sign. And then make things even worse, he went to New England, who, Bill Belichick, There were, it's Bill. So, he can make things happen out of nothing. But he went up there, they, same thing. They gave him the real treatment. But I still kind of felt like in my gut that he was still thinking about Tennessee. Now, we started seeing, then what happened was what always happens in a dead period. Nothing. I saw the same tweet regurgitated 50 million times. Well, the Tennessee and New England, he visited both and they're waiting on this and waiting on that. It was a whole bunch of smoke. I knew for a fact. Now, I'm not gonna say for a fact because I ain't in the know. I don't work for the NFL Network. Shoot, I wish. But anyway, I figured that it was only gonna come down to two teams. The Bills, they liked him, but he wanted to come down on his price. The Chiefs, they liked him, but I don't even think they really had cap room to do that. Now, I'm saying all this because I've read these articles. So it's a great time for a segue. If you really want to get all the data that's about, the data, the notes, the hints, all the info surrounding about what DeAndre Hopkins means to this team from an analytical standpoint, then I suggest that you check out the link that I'm going to drop in the description, but you need to go to Stacking the Inbox. Stacking the Inbox by Zach Lyons, otherwise known as F Words Pod. He has written Not one article, but 2 articles. They're bangers. I'm telling you, if you want to get hype even more about what DeAndre Hopkins is going to do for this Tennessee Titans offense, then I suggest you read those particular articles. I've already read one of them. I'm going to read the other one again tonight. But yeah, if you want this in written form and where the data and where the DVOA and all that good stuff, that is the article. I'm going to drop those links within the in my description. Make sure you check it out. Make sure you click. And look, if you get some value from it, hey man, go ahead and subscribe. It's $4 a month, bro. $4 a month. Subscribe to that joint so you can be smart and know what you're talking about when you say, hey, yeah, DeAndre Hopkins is going to be, he wins with, I don't know. Just subscribe. When you read the article, then come back and tell me how good it was. I already know it was good. Anyway. So as you can tell, this is unscripted. I'm just literally shooting from the hip here. So, but yeah. So then it came down. There was the same type of tweets coming out. Same thing, from Jeff Darlington and everybody. So really nobody knew. Now, I really wasn't, sad or mad that he left without a deal, things like that. Because I just kind of felt in my gut that he really liked Nashville. Look, and shout out to my man Bam. I'm gonna drop his Twitter link right here. But shout out to Bam, man. So now that shameless plug is out of the way, we are still sitting here looking and listening to all these same retweets coming about how the Patriots like him. Then the Bills showed up. Then all of a sudden, last week, like I think Friday, the odds moved on whether or not Tennessee was going to be the favorite. They moved in our favor big time. And I saw Music City Bets. He posted a GIF about how these were surprising odds. I can't remember the numbers off the top. I'll throw a tweet up here on the side or something that'll show you. But our odds improved. So the where there's smoke, there's fire, things like that. So next thing you know, we get that tweet from Doug Kead. He used to work for A to Z Sports, but I think that was his last article that he did. But dropped the bomb, said that DeAndre Hopkins intends to sign with the Tennessee Titans. Let me tell you something, man. Freaking ecstatic. I mean, literally, DeAndre Hopkins signing with the Tennessee Titans literally is it doesn't feel like it's true. Like I'm pinching myself to make it true, but it's true. DeAndre Hopkins, he signed a deal. I think I'm looking for the deal. I'm looking at my iPad. A 2-year deal for $32 million. And look, I get it. It sounds like a lot, but it can go up to 32 because of incentives. But man, basically we got DeAndre Hopkins here for 2 years to help with this offense. I mean, bruh, sis, cat, dog, whoever he is, you got to understand what this means for the Tennessee Titans offense. First of all, we got his old OC, Tim Kelly. He's running the show. Downey has gotten the boot. He's out of here. So we got a new OC. So Tim Kelly worked with DeAndre Hopkins. So that was the Houston connection. He was already cool with Mike Vrabel because Mike was the DC or one of the defensive coordinators or defensive coach when he was down there in Houston. So we already got connected those dots. Rand probably put the sauce on there with the deals and everything. And I guess we had the most aggressive offer. So now he's here. But now think about it as a Titan, Tennessee Titan, think about it. You got DeAndre Hopkins and Treylon Burke, who showed promise last year. Treylon Burke showed promise. Then we got Cheek at the tight end. He's an emerging breakout tight end. Then we got, old reliable Derrick Henry. And then we got Tajay Spears. Not to mention that, we got to see what Kyle Phillips brings to the table and maybe one of the other undrafted free agents. But just thinking about that core group, you think about Hopkins, Burks. Let's just throw Phillips in there. Phillips as a slot. I don't know where he's going to be at, but just throw him in there. Chig as a tight end, pass catching tight end. And now you got Derrick Henry right there coming a year removed from the injury, so he should be fresher. I mean, look, the line is the only thing that I'm worried about. But I think we can get that fixed up. Now, I don't know. I keep seeing George Fant's name come up in the whole thing. So hopefully, maybe we can sign another offensive tackle because, we We all know about what happened with NPF. I'm not even gonna deal with that. That's I don't even want to talk about it. But if we can get this offense in sync and producing, bro, this now look, I'm not saying we're going to the Super Bowl, so don't go back. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you go to Twitter and say that Bonafide said that we was going to the Super Bowl. I want to go to the Super Bowl, but I don't know if we gonna go to the Super Bowl because you know Al Pacino. That's why we play the game. Was it Al Pacino? I don't know. Somebody said it. Some old football guy said, and that's the reason why they play the game. You know, any given Sunday. That's why I was thinking about Al Pacino. Any given Sunday. But if this offense, if we can stay healthy, and this offensive line can keep Ryan Tannehill up for long enough, man, he might do damage. Now look, I'm not the biggest Ryan Tannehill fan. You already know that if you follow me on Twitter. But I believe if you can give him enough time and give him enough targets, that boy might cook, man. He might cook. I don't know. I don't want to get too happy, but I'm just saying right now, adding DeAndre Hopkins and being healthy is going to be a game changer because you're not going to be able to stack the box again. You're not going to be able to put 8 men in the box and run downhill. Now, you're just not going to be able to do it. Because you're going to have to say, well, if I'm putting 8 men in the box, then I'm leaving DeAndre Hopkins, who's an assassin. That boy is cold when it comes to the route running. He may not have that top end speed no more, but I'm telling you, last year, the boy was cooking. I mean, had he been on the Titans last year with his stats, he'd be the #1 receiver. So you already know how bad it was for us right now. Now you pair him with Burks. Now Burks, solid, got that speed, good hands. Man, cheap. Man, come on. I know you get hyped. Look, we gotta calm down. Everybody, woosah. Because man, look, let me tell you something. I've been so hyped about this. I couldn't even drive on Sunday. I couldn't even drive my car. I got the news while I was in the car. DeAndre Hopkins signed? Yeah. Now, are there some detractors? Yes. Is his age a detractor? Yes. Coming off an injury? Yeah. I think Rand and them did their due diligence with this. So I don't think that's going to be a problem per se for us, but it's something you just keep in the back of your mind. Look, we all know Randy, Julio, Andre. I've seen the memes already. I don't care. But this is different. DeAndre is different. He's still cooking at a high level. And I'm telling you, he could be the difference maker in between us going to the playoff, winning the division, going to the playoffs, maybe even going deep into the playoffs. Because what the problem was is that A, we couldn't stay healthy last year, and B, the offense was just basura. But you know, it's crazy as it seems, adding DeAndre might have been like the missing piece. Now, I know there was a tweet that came out, and I'm almost done. I'm gonna wrap this up because I'll ramble on more and more. But I know there was a tweet that came out by Michael Lombardi where he was talking about, well, look, you could have did this with AJ Brown, things like that. And you could have kept AJ, you could have had the same step. Yeah, we could have, should have, would have, did a lot of things. That's the reason why John Robinson ain't here no more, because he wasn't doing what he needed to do as a GM to make this team competitive. We all know the Mike Vrabel quote. You know, he said, who are we gonna throw the ball to? Because we didn't have nobody. I mean, everybody that was a viable pass catcher was basically on IR or somebody we pulled out of a hat from the practice squad. But it ain't like that this year. Something different. Now, we're going to temper expectations. Obviously, we got to see through what's going on with training camp, who's healthy, things like that. And we got to see the preseason. I don't expect to see DeAndre in the preseason. I really don't. I don't expect to see Derek. I don't expect to see DeAndre. I don't expect to see a lot of the playmakers in preseason. But if we do, that'll give us some insight. But what I'm looking forward to is game one of the season, how they look together. If we obviously game one tells a lot of lies. So game one, game two, game three, that first quarter of the season, first 4 games, if the offense is looking explosive, the defense, I got to make another video about that because the defense is looking nasty. It's looking nasty. And people say, are we overrated? But when I make that video, we're going to talk about the defense a little bit more. But today, adding DeAndre Hopkins to the Tennessee Titans offense was like, I had a video earlier. You can watch it say, let Rand cook. Man, that boy is out here salting. Do you understand me? Salting. So I'm excited. I hope you're excited. This wraps up the video. If you like what you saw, please drop a like on the video. Hey man, you know, subscribe, because I'm gonna be doing it. My vacation over. I'm putting in work. Well, I got another vacation coming up, but you know, I'm still be dropping straight video heat on this joint. Because I'm excited about the season now. It's just like, it's almost around the corner. Training camp starts on the 25th. We're gonna be giving all this stuff. I got more content for you. So if you like what you're seeing, subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends, tell your mama, tell your sister, tell your brother. Tell all the Titans fans that you know, Section 240, I'm the man of the people. I'm for you. We gonna be hyped together. We gonna be mad together. But this is the channel that you need to be following for all things Tennessee Titans. All right, tighten up.